Well, after a logging project is completed, there's often tons of wood left behind, wasted. Sawmills also create waste during the processing of logs. In the Tongass National Forest, a group of small sawmills wants to install a pellet plant and put the waste to good use. KTVA 11's Kate McPherson has the fifth and final part of our Tongass Timber series.
Mel Cook has been in the timber industry on Prince of Wales Island for more than 3 decades.
Actually, this is kind of the fun part.
He's worked with some of the most beautiful wood in the world, but the availability of timber isn't what it used to be, and he's slowing down.
We've supported about 5 families there for a lot of years, but nowadays it's just getting too tough to deal with.
Now the 65-year-old wants to enter a new business venture with a few other small sawmills on the island.
It just bugs me, the waste. The waste just kills me. I used to burn stuff like this right over here. I mean, I've burned up millions of BTUs of wood.
He wants to turn sawdust and scrap wood into pellets that can heat homes and businesses.
And cheaper than oil by far.
Cook says the wood left behind from the proposed Bigthorn timber sale alone would be enough to sustain a pellet plant for 10 years.
So what's the number one thing holding you back from establishing your pellet mill?
Well, obviously a big pile of money, but barring that, our access to getting a big pile of money is actually getting a long-term contract from the Forest Service to clean this stuff up.
Cook needs Forest Service approval to go into the forest and collect the waste. He estimates a pellet plant would cost $18 million to build, and it would look something like this. Larry Jackson is the owner of Tongass Forest Enterprises in Ketchikan. He's been making custom wood products since 2003.
Originally, the first 5 years to 7 years, we just burned all this, and there became less tolerance for the smoke.
Jackson installed a pellet machine to put his sawdust and waste to good use. He says it's one of 3 in Alaska. His wood pellets heat the federal building and library in Ketchikan. One of the biggest hurdles for a pellet mill is the limited number of buildings and houses that have a pellet fuel appliance, but the numbers are increasing.
5 years ago, I could count every facility that was using pellets on one hand, and today I can't keep track of all of them. It's really starting to take off.
The Forest Service says the demand for pellets needs to increase by more people converting their heating systems before another mill can begin operating. Jackson says his pellet machine is only operating at 10% capacity and doesn't make him much money. But he's happy to continue running it because it keeps money in the state as opposed to buying heating oil from outside.
So that dollar stays here. It pays for the guys that manufacture the pellets, the guy to deliver the pellets. So the dollar to heat that building never left the town.
And it makes sure trees from our Tongass National Forest don't go to waste. That was the final part of our Tongass Timber series. You can watch all of the stories and read extended interviews online at ktva.com. James.